For hundreds of years, people have been using bicycles to get from point A to point B, to commute, to race, to deliver mail. Today, I'm going to be using my bike to write. Now you might be asking yourself, how are you going to write using your bicycle? Am I going to ride around and draw letters on a map? No. Instead, I'm going to use power. Power is a measure of energy. It's usually measured in watts, and in cycling, we use that to help guide our training and intensity. It can be measured using a power meter, and it's something we can change based on resistance and effort. My trainer and bike can send that number to my computer every second, essentially giving me a live stream of information directly tied to my effort. So the main goal of this project is basically to be able to transcribe messages just by riding my bike. Kind of like creating my own version of Morse code, where instead of dots and dashes representing letters, it's different power values. Like any good project, step number one is to make a good plan. So before we get too complicated here, I'm just gonna lay out the general plan.
Okay, so step number one is to get my power streaming live into my computer. Step number two is to build a system that turns specific watt ranges into letters. Step number three is to figure out how to actually control my power precisely enough. And step number four is to see if I can actually spell some words.
I think step number one is going to be sending the numbers from my Wahoo Kicker to my computer. So let's get started with that. I didn't think we were going to get it that quickly, but now we have power displaying on the computer. We have the current power up there and the 3-second average. Now, of course, I do need to add a couple more things before we really get started here. I do need to add a way to create a little bit of resistance, because right now I'm just spinning out because there's no resistance being applied to the trainer. And then we kind of have to start plotting out what these power numbers are actually going to mean. So that way, if I hold like 200 watts for 10 seconds, it displays the letter A, and then I can go from there basically. So we're going to try and figure that out right now. All right, I've managed to get a increase resistance button into the code, and I also have it displaying our power output and mapping it so we can see, the changes in power. Let's try this out. It's working. Let's try the increase resistance button now. Oh my God, that is way too much resistance. And I forgot to put a decrease resistance button. And if we stop, it should go back down to 0. There we go. It works. All right, so I don't get stuck writing at an increasingly difficult resistance, I've added some more buttons here. Now we have a reset button, minus 10%, plus 10%, and some other difficulties on there. Let's give it a try. This is a lot of resistance. If I press reset, it actually resets. So that's a good start. I'm gonna add 10% resistance. I don't feel any difference. Add another 10. Oh, I felt it that time. I felt it. So now we have power over time, which is tracking, and you see I'm holding steady at around 150. Let's get the numbers to text working next. I think this will be good. Just to do a first test run, I'm gonna add 3 letters, letter T, letter A, and letter J. Letter T is going to be if the power is below 100 watts for 30 seconds. Letter A is going to be if it's in between 101 and 160. Letter J is going to be in between 161 and 200. So I'm going to give that a test, see if I can spell my own name, and then we'll have a proof of concept and we'll know if this system is ready for more letters. Okay, I've made some adjustments to the code here. We now have the 30-second average, the detected letter, and then down below we have the stored letter. So the actual output of the words. Let's go ahead and give this a try. It's getting serious. He's putting his shoes on. Oh. Let's give this a try. All right. I'm gonna start off by resetting the freaking resistance. 0 to 100 is T. So if we stay here, we should get a T that pops up down below. Oh, I got T. Okay, now we gotta go to A. I think A is between 100 and 150. So let me see here. Come on, there we go, A. Okay, I just have to park it here for a little bit. Maybe I should put a timer so I can see when my deadline is. All right, come on, A. This takes a while. Oh, there's the A, just popped up. Now we're gonna go for J. I think J, 150 to 200. Uh-oh. Oh no, no. So What's happened here is I set the upper limit for J as 200, so if I go above 200, we go past the J and we don't get anything. So I'm gonna have to adjust that a little bit. But this is going well. Almost spelled out my name, and it's only been like 3 minutes. There we go. Ta-da! Spell my name. That's not bad. That's what our power curve looks like. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, we have a somewhat working version. Some little tweaks I need to make. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. So just based off of that, I think I'm gonna have to reduce the amount of time I spend at that wattage, because sitting for 30 seconds at 150 watts honestly feels like a waste of time. Maybe I have like a ticking timer, and whatever average power I have during that last 5 or 10 seconds is the letter I choose. I think that might work a little bit better. But yeah, fitting 26 letters in, and probably I need a way to do like a space or a backspace. That's gonna be difficult. Maybe backspace could be 0 watts. The space bar could be like 800 watts or something. I'm trying to figure out a good way to do this. Keep doing some testing, add some more letters, and then see how far I get along. All right, I think we're in a good spot now with the code. This is kind of what the user interface looks like. I think I got it working, so I got suited up. And I'm gonna try and spell something out now. The letters should be coming out a little bit faster. We don't have to wait 30 seconds. I've also added an alternate keyboard. So I have one keyboard with about half the letters on it. I think it's A through M. And then I have a special trick. I do 600 watts for 2 seconds to switch the keyboard, and then I'll have access to the rest of the letters. So N to Z basically. For space bar, I have 0 to 40 watts. And then for backspace, it's 450 to 500 watts. That's gonna be a little bit difficult to nail, I think. Yeah, I just wanna kind of see how it goes on this first attempt. Let's get after it. It's crazy how you're witnessing the first bicycle Morse code keyboard. What a time to be alive. So you see here I have a little explanation as to what power zones I need to be doing to select what letter. Right now we're at 70 watts, so at the letter A. And then you should see it display down here. Yep, A. So that's working. Yeah, now I'm gonna try and spell something. So I gotta choose something here to spell. All right, in typical coding fashion, I think the first thing I'm gonna try and spell out is "Hello World," because that contains a lot of letters that are kind of all over the alphabet. So we're looking for H. Oh no, this is not going well. The letters are coming out a little bit quick. Okay, we need to get to H. That's 250 watts. 250 watts. It's right here. Okay. There we go. We got an H. We got another H. Okay, this is not going according to plan. I think the letters are coming out a little bit too quickly. We spelled A, C, C, E, H, H, G. That's great. This is going great. Oh, shit. All right, I've spent the last 20 minutes fixing some bugs here. One of the major bugs was the keyboard wasn't switching, so I had no access to the rest of the keyboard. I was trying to spell the word can, like C-A-N, and I couldn't get the keyboard to switch to get the last letter N. I did a whole bunch of sprints above 600 watts because that's my trigger for the keyboard switch, but it turns out I had a little piece of code in there somewhere that said I had to be within plus or minus 10 watts of 600, which is a little bit difficult to kind of nail down, obviously, when I'm sprinting. So I fixed that now, and now anytime I go above 600, it will switch the keyboard, which makes it a little bit easier, but it's still a pretty maximal effort on the trainer. Also added a pause function, so when I'm not pedaling and there's 0 watt, there's no letters coming out. That way I'm not getting overwhelmed immediately if I'm not able to find the letter I'm looking for. It allows me to pause and reflect a little bit and think about what I'm doing here. I've also added heart rate just so we can see that, because that's always fun. And yeah, I'm gonna try and spell out a word here.
What are you doing in here?
I'm making a Morse code on a bike. Do you want to help?
Okay.
Okay, thank you. What's a good word?
Coffee.
Coffee?
Coffee.
Okay. C-O-F-F-E-E?
Right? Yeah.
Okay. I forgot to press screen record, so we're gonna restart that. I have to start at the letter C and spell coffee. And to do that now, I have to go back to the other keyboard. So I have to do 600 watts to get back to the letter C. Let's do this. All right. Oh, this is gonna be difficult. Okay, now I have to go to the letter C. So much for a rest day. Just gotta go nice and easy. Fuck.
What What'd you do?
I got the letter D. To do backspace, I have to do 450 to 500 watts. Let's try and do 450 to 500. A little bit more. Come on. Come on. Oh my god. This is actually impossible. 450?
You do it?
I think there's a problem with the backspace button.
Problem with the backspace.
I don't think it works. So I'm increasing the range of the backspace. Instead of 450 to 500, I'm making it a little bit bigger because it's a little bit hard to be accurate at 500 watts for me. Also, it just didn't work. It wasn't deleting the previous thing. So no matter how long I stayed there, it wasn't going to work anyways. And let's run it back. We're spelling coffee. That's our big goal. Coffee, here we come. This is attempt number, we'll call it attempt number 3 of me trying to spell the word coffee. Letter C, very simple. Spin around here. I'm keeping the resistance kind of high because it's a lot easier to modulate the resistance.
It's not your day.
No, it's not. I already selected the letter D. So we're gonna try out the backspace function now, for real. 450 watts. Here we go. This is difficult. All right, we're selected backspace. Let's see if it actually works now. Yes, it works. All right, this is good. And we're gonna go for the letter C to start the word coffee.
How many times did we try to do this one letter?
This is just the 3rd time. I think we got it this time. Oh, I got C, okay. Now we need to change. We need to change to the other keyboard. We're on the 2nd keyboard, and we have 1 letter so far. We need to get to O, which is, it's 144 watts. 144. There we go. We're locked in. That's not O. I need my glasses, dude. I put Q. I have to do backspace again. We're good. O is just 90 watts. I don't need to go that hard. Oh, gentle, gentle. Okay, we got O. Now we gotta go back to the other keyboard. Need a little bit more resistance. 600 watts. Okay. It didn't switch. I gotta hold 600 for 2 seconds. I swear I did it.
I believe you.
Thank you. 600 watts, 2 seconds. Easy. Oh my god. That is much more than 2 seconds. Okay. I need F twice. So that's 200 watts. I'm gonna try and get F.
That's not good.
This one's easy. Okay, 1 more F after this. And then E, which is just below this. E, there we go. A little bit more. No. Not D. E. Okay, 1 more E. 1 more E.
Did you do it?
Yeah. I spelled a word.
I'm proud.
It's hot in here. Should I do like a typing race with somebody?
So I found a type racing game online where you can race against other people, and unfortunately I recorded this portion of the video in time-lapse mode on accident, so everything's going supersonic speed, but I did try and do a couple typing races, and I found some optimization issues. I just tried to do a typing race, and I realized I need a way to do capitalization, because I spelled the in all caps, and yeah, only the T was supposed to be capitalized. So I'm adding in a little capitalization function now. If I go above 700 watts, it changes upper and lower case. So we'll see if that works. But I'm determined to finish one of these sentences. I kept doing more races, but I kept running into more issues. The more I tried to optimize, the more issues would pop up. Here you can see me starting to crash out because the text wouldn't go into the text box. I eventually got this kind of figured out,
but gave up on type racing and just pulled up a text file to start trying to type out a sentence and get to the bottom of what was causing these issues. But you can see that wasn't going so well. And after another couple hours of troubleshooting, I was starting to get a little bit fried.
Hey, Tosh. How's it going? How's it going, bud? What you got here? Oh.
No, I'm done. This is not efficient. This sucks, dude. I thought that was gonna be way easier. I'm like dizzy. It's just like sprint. Oh, I'm not feeling good. I guess I think we're done spelling stuff for today. I'm not gonna write an essay. My initial plan was to write an essay. I wrote 4 words. I think I'm tapping out. I'm done. Cut.